anybody else just love the smell of yeast? Like, I want to eat this whole bowl. I'm making myself curry for lunch, and then I thought, oh, I'll check on the focaccia. I forgot! I forgot that I usually split it into 2 bowls. So I don't know if it's ready yet. I don't think it is. Oh no. Ah! What's a girl to do? It's almost 4 in the afternoon. I'm watching QI, I'm working on a chapter summary, and I'm almost ready to put my focaccia into the oven. And look at this behemoth! Oh my god. I cannot wait to put my fingers in there. Yeah.
That day was so funny. It took him 11 hours, 55 kilometers.
Yeah, fingers crossed. It's one that's in London, a household of 5 people. 4 will get it, 1 doesn't get it. Scenario is 51.
One shot. Where's my 2 shots? Thanks for washing the dishes, Angie.
This morning. I knew the weather wasn't good, and sorry, I've got family down in Western Australia, where of course have to be careful of shocks and things like that down there. And when it's this sort of grey weather, they say it's shark weather. And that's exactly what the Gazette of Sport was saying this morning. The cricket press that will know that and be wary of that. Sharks don't play down there.
It's actually Monday. I should be starting on the next week's vlog. But next week's vlog I've decided is going to be a bit more artistic. And yeah, you'll have to wait and see. I'm not sure how it's going to turn out. Ah! This is the shirt I took off after I came back from the supermarket. I guess it's time to talk about this week because I didn't film anything. There are a few reasons for that. Logistical reasons are that I've changed some setting on my camera that now if I forget to switch it off, it doesn't automatically turn off, which it used to, and that saved me so much battery. So I've killed my battery in my camera like 4 times this week, and then I have to wait. And then it's charging, and it's charging while I'm doing whatever interesting thing I was going to film. So That's very annoying. The other thing is I filmed my wedding Q&A, and that is like an hour of footage, and after that, and that was on Saturday I think, and after that I was just like, I don't want to film anything else, which brings me to the other part of all of this, which is that I just had a really bad week. I just had a bad week, Betty. Oh yes, you know! I was isolating this week because I had a cough, and I think I was isolating when they came out with the new restrictions, and in that time I also realized probably I'm not going home for Christmas, and that coupled with like it's Canadian Thanksgiving and I'm PMSing and I won't have seen my family for a year, and in that time I've gotten married and I still don't know when I will have an answer on our visa, and I can't leave the country until then, so if someone gets sick or dies, I'm stuck here. So I just cried all week pretty much because of all those things, a combination of them, and like over the littlest things, like I'd hear a song and it would remind me of home and I'd be like so I didn't want to film. And you know what, I know it's not just me, and I know it's not just because, you know, my family are abroad. Like, people who live here aren't seeing their family right now either. I just have to keep moving this because Betty keeps going for it. You know, like, yeah, we've seen Angus's family more, but we don't see them as often as we would without lockdown, or without restrictions at least. So it's hard. I know it's hard on everyone, and I know anytime new restrictions come in, all of my friends are just like and our mental health collectively plummets. And it's not even like, for me at least, it's not depression. While I am crying all the time, I'm not depressed in that like traditional, I don't know if it's a traditional way, in that like I can't get out of bed. Like, I can get out of bed, I can do a workout, I can do all the things that I need to do to survive, and when I'm depressed I cannot do those things. It's just that I do them while I'm crying, and I'm a lot more anxious about things, you know. I think I said in my other video when I went to do that shoot, I was just thinking about all the things they said afterward, like all those traditional social anxiety things that I always had growing up that I got rid of through a lot of CBT and time. And like over the weekend I had a long FaceTime with my mom, and then the next morning I was going through everything we said and like thinking about things that could have been rude or maybe weren't very nice, and like I haven't edited my wedding video because I'm sure it was just way too negative because the mindset I'm in right now, I'm just like, you want to get married right now? Why? Do you want to cry about it for the next 6 months? But that's not real life. I didn't cry about it for 6 months. I mean, I kind of did, but like, I'm not you. You're not in my situation, probably, hopefully, in that your parents couldn't come to your wedding, like right now, realistically. So if you watched that video and you thought I was a bit down or negative or mean, that's why. It's Monday. I didn't film anything. I didn't do anything either. I did like a lot of cooking because we did a big food order when we started isolating, and we still have like vegetables and stuff to be cooking. So I made a roast yesterday for Canadian Thanksgiving. What else have I made? I don't even know. I made like little pizza pockets for Angus for lunch, but he hasn't come out of his room yet. Look at her! You're crazy! You're a crazy kitty girl! Oh, you're really on the hunt. You're on the hunt. You're like, put me down, I want to kill. What do you want to go get? But anyways, I'm not isolating anymore. It's Monday. Because I'm doing a bit of a different thing for the vlog, I will talk to you about my Monday because you're not going to really see it next week. But I left the house for the first time today. I went to Sainsbury's because Betty ran out of cat food right at the perfect time. It was a bit weird, I was a bit nervous before I went. I could see how I would become a hermit, Betty. I could see it happening. But it was nice. I went and I just did one of those shops. I call it like a Target shop because they come from Canada and near America, and I always would go to Target and you just buy everything that you're like, that's a good deal. Even if you don't need it, you're like, that's a good deal. I'm gonna buy that. So I bought a lot of stuff. I bought Angus's first Christmas present. which isn't very exciting. It's not like a big Christmas present, but I like to do the 12 days of Christmas. So it's a stocking full of gifts, and instead of opening the stocking in the morning or the evening, Christmas Eve, you open one gift every second day leading up to Christmas, because I love Christmas, but I hate that it's just the one day and you buy all this stuff and you put all these decorations up, and then it's all of that falls onto the one day. So then if you have a bad one, or you worry about having a bad one, you're just so stressed all the time about Christmas. Or maybe you're not, because you're not the person hosting Christmas. I'm stressed about this year's Christmas because I don't know if there'll be travel restrictions. I don't know if we'll go to Angus's parents, because obviously if there's travel restrictions we can't stay in someone else's household, and we don't have a car. So we might be here for Christmas, which, you know what, it's not the end of the world. I would like to be with family. I prefer to be with family. But I think we could make it nice here. But regardless, it's not just going to be the one day. We're going to have 12 gifts. So they're not big gifts. Sometimes it's like a chocolate bar he really likes. Sometimes it's like a little book, or like I recently actually bought him the Life of Bob Dylan book, which is for children, but he really likes Bob Dylan, so I bought it for him. And it was like £9 or something, which is probably a more expensive stocking gift. But something like that, or like a face cream, stuff you'd probably buy for them anyways if you were out and you saw it and you thought, oh, they could really use that. I just start about now, October, September, I start collecting those things, and I make sure I have 12 of them. And then usually like the 12th is like Christmas pajamas, or actually we usually open them earlier so we can wear Christmas pajamas throughout the month. So yeah, that's what I do. I'm gonna go check on these pizza pockets. They might have burned. I have no idea what I'm doing. Mrs. Hinch always uses this, right? It's the like pre-made puff pastry. Oh, those look perfect. And so I thought I'm gonna get this pre-made puff pastry, and I made these little squares and I stuffed them with cream cheese, tomato paste, a few tomatoes, some frozen spinach, and then I topped it with a bit more cheese, and then I put egg wash on it and herbs. Do you know, when I was a child I used to say herbs, and then someone corrected me and they said, no, it's herbs. And then I moved here and I said herbs, and someone corrected me and they said, no, it's herbs. That's the story of how I could never win. So basically, this video is mostly just me saying, it's been a hard time for all of us this year. And if you have a week where you're just crying all the time, but you're getting by, that's fine. I do it too, obviously. A day ago that would have made me bawl like a baby. Just kidding. Yeah, so I hope maybe you didn't enjoy the video, but you feel a little heard or a little seen. So I hope you feel a bit better after watching this. That's always the aim, isn't it? If you leave a comment, just know I will answer, and I love you for it. What else can I plug? Nothing. Please subscribe. I'm gonna do a cool vlog next week, hopefully, and you don't want to miss it. Bye! I made an amazing discovery, and I thought I'd come back and show you how to make sweet potato pie. Not that I know, this is my first time making it, but I found this little sachet in my cupboard. I was looking to see for sure if we didn't have any nutmeg, and I found spiced cider or apple juice. So this has ingredients in it of sugar, cinnamon, clove, and allspice, which is all you need for pumpkin pie or sweet potato pie. So I am just going to use one of the sachets for my pie, and then I don't have to go to the shop and get more pie, or more spices. So I'm making sweet potato pie instead of pumpkin pie, because, oh, I forgot to turn the thing on. Because you can't really find good pumpkins for pumpkin pie here. They have to be small pumpkin pie pumpkins, so they're sweeter. And you can get pureed pumpkin, but it was sold out at Asda, so I had 2 sweet potatoes, and my mom said, why don't you make sweet potato pie? It'll taste the same. Got 2 sweet potatoes, and I'm gonna boil them for just under an hour. We have 2 cooked sweet potatoes that are super soft now. Sweet potato pie. Sally's Baking Addiction. That's where I'm getting my recipe from. 2 medium sweet potatoes, fantastic. I've got my crust here. I bought it at the shop this morning. 1 cup of packed like light or dark brown sugar. I have demerara, which we'll have to do. I just have to use a little less. 1/2 cup heavy cream, have that. 2 large eggs, 2 tablespoons all-purpose flour, vanilla extract. Then we've got cinnamon, nutmeg, cloves, ginger. Is there ginger in here? Put a bit of ginger in, salt, and egg wash. And whipped cream. Oh my gosh, I've got everything. Okay, so they want me to have a mixer. I do not own a mixer. So I'm gonna have to mash these by hand. I feel like this needs to cool a little bit before I'm adding like cream and stuff because it's a lot of heat. So I'm gonna leave it for a few minutes. Okay, I'm now adding the rest of the ingredients. Those are my spices, and I'm gonna add a bit of ginger. This is why I bought ginger. 1 cup of brown sugar. I'm not gonna put a cup because demerara sugar is quite different. I think this is the advice I got once. I could only find demerara sugar in lockdown. And my sister-in-law said you can use it, just use a bit less. So I'm gonna do 3/4 of a cup. She says she always uses less sugar than the recipe asks for. And that's fine. So that is about 3/4 of a cup. 1/2 a cup of butter, which I'm gonna have to use spreadable butter, but that's fine. There we go. 1/2 a cup of heavy cream. Now, here's a problem for me. Is heavy cream and double cream the same thing? I don't know. I couldn't find heavy cream versus double cream. Double cream is the British term for heavy whipping cream. Thank God, thank God. I bought it. I was like, I don't know. And 2 large eggs and a teaspoon of vanilla extract. I don't know. This is why you don't crack eggs right into the bowl, Sabrina. I didn't get any in this time. I'm not gonna crack them into a separate bowl because then I have to wash 2 bowls. Everything is in now. For me to whip through the ingredients. So I have my sweet potato base. Then I added 1/2 a cup of unsalted butter, 1 cup of light or dark brown sugar. I put 3/4 a cup of demerara sugar because I put a package of spices in there that had brown sugar in it, and because I was using demerara sugar I didn't need as much. Then there's 1/2 a cup of heavy cream, 2 large eggs, and 2 tablespoons of all-purpose flour, and 1 teaspoon of pure vanilla extract. Now if you are making your own spice blend and you're not just using a packet that you got for apple cinnamon cider, you'd use 1 teaspoon of cinnamon, 1/2 teaspoon of ground nutmeg, 1/2 teaspoon or 1/4 teaspoon of cloves, and 1/4 teaspoon of ginger, and a pinch of salt. Oh, I need to add a pinch of salt. My oven is preheating to, what is it, 177 degrees C or 350 Fahrenheit. I think this is too much for 1 pie crust. You heard it here first, folks. I don't know, something doesn't add up, you guys. Here's my other pie tin. Puff pastry. This is why I need more countertop space. Okay, I fixed the pastry. I've got some leftovers I'm gonna try to make leaves out of. But isn't it so cute? I feel like it looks better to me in real life than it actually does. So somehow I've ended up with 2 pies. Not that I'm complaining, just interesting. Okay, pre-egg wash. Leaves are on. Look at the little leaves. Some of them look a little bit better than others. They're pretty cute, and I put 2 on this one too. yeah.